So the first thing we're going to do now is check our position. So standing with our feet shoulder width or hip width distance apart, knees slightly bent, feeling nice and stable on the ground. If you're sitting in the same kind of position, so have your feet parallel, just knees at a right angle if you're sitting on a chair, so that you're nice and comfortable. Then check that your pelvis is slightly tilted forward, so you're actually lifting up in the lower abdomen and moving down through the back of the body, thinking of moving the tailbone downwards, the sit bones downwards, and that creates nice openness in the lower back. Shaking the arms out and maybe just lifting up the shoulders and giving them a couple of shrugs just to check that we're not holding any tension in the shoulder area. And now bringing the chin back towards the throat, and then at the same time lifting up in the back of the neck. So thinking of the chin coming in and then drawing everything up the back, just to create a little bit of openness in the vertebrae of the neck area. Bringing a smile to the corners of your mouth, close your mouth, resting the tongue against the roof of your mouth and the tip of the tongue against the back of the upper teeth. And then just close your eyes for a moment. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the nose. As you breathe in, feeling your belly expand. And as you breathe out, feeling your belly shrinking. So breathing in, as though you're inflating an imaginary balloon. Breathing out, feeling and seeing in your mind's eye that balloon getting smaller. So this is just bringing yourself into your practice with some abdominal breathing. And this breath is lovely and calming for the mind, just helping to settle and prepare you for your practice. Just a few more breaths in your own time. Each time you exhale, releasing any tension that you feel in any part of your body. And then gently opening the eyes. The first exercise we're going to do today is, as I said, it's a discharging exercise. This is one of the 6 healing sounds, which is a very famous Qigong set of exercises, each of those 6 sounds being associated with a different organ system. And it's one of the exercises I teach in my Space to Relax 50-week program. And today we're going to look at the healing sounds specifically associated with the lung. And that sound, actually, there are 2 of them that you can choose from. So we'll do both and we'll see which one you like best. So one of those sounds is S for snake, like an elongated S. And the second sound that you can use to do with the lung and to discharge or get rid of any waste chi from the lung is xia. Xia. So we're going to try both, okay? So if you're sitting, just stay as you are, and if you're standing, you're just in this position with the feet shoulder width distance apart. So there's no movement really in the legs as such. The only difference between sitting and standing is if you're standing, when you do part of the movement, you're just going to drop the weight in the knees very slightly by maybe an inch and then come up. So you're going to drop and come up. If you're sitting, stay as you are, okay? So the movement of the arms for this, same for sitting and for standing. So you're lifting the arms, keep the shoulders nice and relaxed, and then turning to one side, dropping the arms down to the side, looking down to that side as well. And if you're standing, you're just dropping the weight slightly in the knees. And then floating the arms back up, knees straighten very slightly, but don't lock out if you're standing. and then sinking in the knees as you come to the other side, looking down over that shoulder. So this is the movement up and down. And if you look at my arms, you see it's as though they're floating on air. So no rigidity, the wrists are soft, the fingers are soft, the shoulders stay down, and the movement in the knees, if you're standing, is coming up to the center and sinking down to the side. And as you're looking across and over your shoulder, make sure that your mouth isn't pointing directly towards or onto your shoulder, because we're going to bring in the breath in a moment. You don't want to be breathing any sick or waste chi that you may be harboring in your lungs onto your shoulder. You want to be breathing it away from you or behind you. So here we have the movement. So keep going with that. And then as we come back to the center, breathe in. And as you come down to the side, breathe out. And you can breathe out through the mouth for this, because we're going to be bringing in the sound in a moment. Breathing into the center and out to the side. Into the center and out to the side. So you'll be performing this movement with the rhythm of your own breath, whatever is comfortable for you. So that could be faster or slower than you see me doing this right now. So we'll bring in the first of the sounds now. So breathing in, and then as you breathe out to the side, saying the sound. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Now we'll change the sound to the second one. Breathing in and xia. Breathing in and xia. Breathing in and xia. In and xia. In and xia. One more time. In and xia. Arms coming up, breathe in. And then as you breathe out, allow the arms just to come back down by your sides if you're standing, or onto your thighs if you're sitting. So that's the general idea. But of course, those of you who practiced Qigong with me before know that Qigong is much more than just simple breath and movement. We need to bring the mind into this. We need to think about what we're doing and understand why we're doing these movements and doing this breathing. So remember, what our aim is for this is to discharge or get rid of any waste chi that may be lingering in the lungs and causing stagnation of flow through the area. So just as you're standing or sitting there right now, close your eyes for a moment and think about your lungs. Think about the position of your lungs, both at the front of your body, so you can visualize how easily your lungs resting underneath your rib cage, but also remember that the lungs extend up to just below the collarbone, so the tops of the lungs are often an area that we forget to kind of think about. And then also very commonly, we forget that our lungs are in the back of our body as well. We have the rib cage at the back. So think of the lungs in the back of the body and also kind of in between and under the shoulder blades. So visualizing the lungs in your mind's eye. And now think of any waste chi, sick chi, uncomfortable feelings, anything at all to do with the lungs. Now, you may not think that that's an easy thing to do. All you need to do, though, is just have that in your mind's eye. Just that intention of thinking, I'm going to rid waste chi from my lungs is enough for your chi internally to take action in response to your thought. And then we enable that to happen even more easily by bringing in the breath and the movement with the sound. So thinking of waste chi in the lungs and then gently opening the eyes so you can see me. So with that intention now, as you were doing before, breathing in and breathing out with the sound. Ridding waste chi as you make the sound. Breathing in, ridding waste chi, going out behind your body, over your shoulder. And now with the xia sound. Yeah. 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 And then lifting the arms and breathing out and bringing the hands back to rest on the lower abdomen, one hand on top of the other. Closing the eyes, keeping a smile on the corners of your mouth. And observing how you feel. And at the same time, taking a few abdominal breaths. And gently opening the eyes. So that's a really simple, quick, discharging waste chi method that helps to get rid of any sick or waste chi or uncomfortable feelings in the lung system. And when we get rid of the waste, that leaves lovely open space for the chi, the blood, the fluid to flow through the lung system, and also for you to be able to breathe in a little bit more kind of healing chi as well. So it just leaves the lungs really clear. It's a bit of a declutter for the lung system at this time of year in the autumn. And as I said, it works any time, but in the autumn, it's more specifically beneficial to you because autumn is the season associated with lung in terms of Chinese medicine.